Welcome, everyone, to the Honest Truth Sports Podcast. Today is episode 5. That's right. We're at 5 now. And today's episode, we are going to talk about Super Bowl predictions, a little bit of more football news, recent, hirings, recent news about retiring. Is Aaron Rodgers going to play next year? Or is this darkness retreat going to tell him that he should retire and hang it up? I would like to see that personally, but who knows? He's gonna, lock himself in a room for 4 days. And also, we will have a little bit of golf talk with the recent the Pebble Beach Pro Am. And we also have the Waste Management Open down in Phoenix, Arizona, this coming weekend. Actually, it's going on as of right now. And we will talk a little bit about our favorite courses and our favorite holes of all time. So stay tuned. You will not want to miss this episode. This is an episode that's going to be great. I really don't know where I was going there. But like I said, don't miss this episode. This is going to be a great episode. Also, like and subscribe wherever you find this. It'll be up on YouTube. Look for the audio link if you just want to listen to podcasts on audio.com. That's a free plug for you guys. Thank you. And be sure to look out for future recordings. Once again, I said this is episode 5 of the Honest Truth Sports Podcast. And I thank you for listening. For the purpose of this episode, I have broken up these questions for Steve and Nathan separately because just due to scheduling issues and timing issues. So I had Steve answer the questions separately along with Nate answer the questions. So that's kind of how this episode is going to roll. And I'll try and piece them together, but I think we'll have an overall synopsis of everything that's going on in Super Bowl weekend. And I think this will be a great episode to listen to. So,
All right, let's do this shit. What's the agenda?
well, the agenda today, before I even talk about it, I have some exciting news for myself. I got myself some new golf shoes.
Oh yeah, nice. That is pretty nice. I was looking at those as well. You went
I
with the
didn't.
white one. You're gonna have to keep them
Yeah.
clean.
Well, they're waterproof apparently.
Well, I don't think that would necessarily matter. I think it's just the mud staining it.
Oh, yeah, but like it's got like a very like um
Yeah,
not leathery feel to it. It's like
yeah,
it seems like it could be easy to wash. So if it does
yeah.
get dirty,
I got myself new shoes as well a while back. I'm looking at getting another pair that's gonna be white. Because the new one that I got a while back it's another black Nike shoes. But it's like chrome. It's almost like a chrome. No, not a chrome. A matte black, like a matte black, with a big Nike swoosh that like goes to the back of the shoes. It's pretty cool. I mean, I just needed like a white shoe that will like go with my outfit, some of my outfit, not just like
yeah.
so.
Well, I wanted to get the white shoe because I've always wanted just a white
Yeah,
golf
yeah.
shoe. So I saw that and
Mm,
I was like, I'll do that for the deal it was going on.
right.
So
I'll probably get like the Pumas white shoes. Those are pretty slick. They have some of those nice shoes there, but I also have a bunch of polos that I bought too. I'm gonna bring it home and see which one you like better. Cause I can't decide. I need help deciding which one to get. Yeah,
okay.
I literally bought them all, like as many as I wanted, and then I'll return some of them rather than like trying them out because some of the store don't have them. You ate them all? All right, let's do this.
We're getting into it here. So we're gonna start talking about our Super Bowl predictions as this is today's episode. Um with Super Bowl. What number is it? It's 57, right? Super Bowl 57.
57. Yep.
Super Bowl 57 this Sunday, February 12th, between the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'd just kind of like to start off with asking, the simple questions as, who do you think is going to win this game? And just kind of break it down for me.
I'm so torn on this game. I think both teams are so good for their own respective conference. Like, I think this might be. I'm hoping this is going to be one of the most iconic Super Bowl in history and time, like that we'll ever witness. Um, will it happen that way? Probably not. But I feel like we have not seen a good Super Bowl in a while. Like 2020, it was a blowout. I can't even remember last year. Who won last year?
The Rams.
Um, yeah, it felt that was a pretty exciting game, but it was like the Bengals, they messed up toward the end. So I guess that was an exciting game. That was a very exciting game. But nobody expected the Bengals to make it there versus like this year, you got both number one seeds in the Super Bowl. I was looking at a tweet that Phil Yates tweeted out. He said that both team has 16-3 records. Both teams scored 546 points. Both team has six All Pros, including the Kelsey brothers, which is I think is going to be an exciting game for the parents. Obviously, like it's going to be. They're not going to match up on each other. I don't think because they both play. No, they both play on offense, so it's
Yeah.
impossible. So yeah, they can't even match up against each other. And then obviously, like I said, they're both number one seed in their conference. So this is like legit uh, a battle between the best team in the NFL. So I I'm so torn because I've been like trying to listen to everybody's viewpoints on this game. Um, Everybody made their good points and stuff. Obviously, the analysts that were uh, fans of the team were obviously biased. So I was trying to like see if they were like giving me good feedback or like not feedback, good like pointers on why their teams are gonna win. And it's hard to say. I've been hearing a lot of talk from the Kansas City side, but not so much from the Eagles. They've been keeping it quiet all this week. Where the Kansas City Chiefs, they've been like chirping, not chirping, but like they've been talking like it's not smack talk by any means, but like Mahomes is laying out the details of his injuries and stuff like that, telling everybody he'll be fine, he'll get through the game and stuff like that. But we're not hearing any of that stuff from the Eagles side. Like obviously we all know Jalen Hurts is struggling this year or to get through this year. Is he going to be much of a factor in this game? If he is, then I would absolutely 100% choose the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But we obviously didn't see him do a. He did not have a good passing game the last game against the 49ers. I would argue they're the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, but he
The
didn't need
Chiefs,
to have a good passing game because they
right,
knew that they could just run the ball out and win the game.
right, exactly. So I don't know if that played a factor into the game at all because they were so dominant one sided of their offense that they put the passing game on the back burner just in case. But they were I would also argue that they were fortunate that they didn't need to bring out the passing game. Is that gonna hurt them in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs? I don't know. I mean, their secondary is not super strong either. I would argue. Um, like the Eagles have the best offensive line in the NFL, I would say, and they're going up against Chris Jones, and I keep on forgetting the other. You got an input? Drew, huh?
I think Drew's got input.
Yeah, that's special guest Drew in the background. Sorry, guys. Trying to be a single dad temporary for until Kimber gets home. So um, I think he finished one of his snacks, and I ran out of option. Hold on, bring him back up.
Wow, you're just reaching into the pond behind you.
Yeah, yeah. Is that what it looked
Well, now
like?
it's snacks.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoa, I
Gotta.
didn't know the 12th hole at Augusta has snacks in the water.
I know, right?
That's
You'd
crazy.
be surprised how much stuff they keep back there.
I probably a lot of golf balls in there too, though.
Yeah, honestly. All right, as I was saying, um, what was I saying? The Eagles have the best offensive line in the NFL, and they're going up against Chris Jones and the other defensive end that I can't ever think of.
Well, they got Karlofskis and
Frank. Um,
yeah, Frank Clark.
yeah, they, they. I mean, they're serviceable. I mean, obviously Chris Jones and All Pro. The other guys are serviceable pros that will do enough damage against any team, but I don't know if they'll be able to do a whole lot of damage. It just depends on how healthy Lane Johnson's going to be heading into the game because he's playing with a torn, what is it? Ab? Torn
Abdomen.
ab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see this game going three different ways, and I've been hearing things like on Twitter and other articles saying that like the Chiefs have to play a perfect game to win this
Yeah.
game because I think overall the better team is the Eagles. They have just a better roster.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
like they have a run game that is very dominant that can move the ball. However, if they can't move the ball, then they will have to throw the ball. But then that kind of still plays into their hand because the Chiefs secondary is very young. They're not
Yep.
very um they're not veterans. They're still rookies out there. I think they have the most rookies on their defense in the league. Like I think they said they're
Yep.
starting four
They,
rookies.
yep. Four rookies. They have eight rookies, that played the most snap other than the Bears, sad Bears, and the Houston Texans, who are both were trying to tank all years, which is remarkable because not often you see like eight different rookies taking up a lot of snaps to get to the Super Bowl. So is experience going to play a huge factor in this game? I honestly think so.
Well,
I
yeah, like experience is gonna play a huge factor.
it's
It's the last game of
right.
the year. Like you have to give
Yeah.
all it takes and you can't really mess up. You have to drill into the players' minds that like this is the last
Yeah.
game. Like do everything that we taught, focus on your film study,
Right.
learn it, and like
Save
give
the
everything you
course.
got.
Yeah. It's tough. Like I wish Jalen Hurts was fully healthy, but obviously we don't know how healthy he's going to
I
be
think he's
going
gonna be
into
like
the game.
95,
No
not
way.
fully 100%. He's
I am I'm waiting for the press release after the Super Bowl to let everybody know that he has a torn ligament or not torn ligament, like a partial torn rotator cuff that he needs to have surgery, and we'll be back before the start of next year or something like that.
well, I
That is
mean,
what I'm waiting for. I don't even think he's
it
like
probably he no he's definitely got more than just a strained shoulder as or
right.
sprained shoulder as what they indicated
Yeah,
because like there's probably definitely something torn in there, either rotator cuff or
right.
labrum. Probably labrum, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's what I was thinking of. Labrum is probably what it is. Because I mean, I feel like you would have enough adrenaline to be able to put enough like zip on the ball for the last game or so, and he hasn't really been able to get down to the deep ball at all. And now that we're going to go into a much stable environment, there's not going to be any windy condition or anything like that. It's going to be warm. So I wonder if that could be better for him he'll be like the adrenaline is gonna kick in better. He's gonna be able to stay loose and stuff like that. Um, I It'll be interesting to see. You know what? I'm going for it. The Eagles is my pick. I just
I've
don't think Mahomes is gonna have enough to play with because all his receivers are like falling apart. I don't care if I've heard reports earlier today saying that Coney has been running around crazy. Like, come on. He been with the team for like 3 weeks. I don't even know how long. Not that long. And he already been hurt. I don't think he's going to be a huge factor in the game. He'll definitely make some crucial catch probably here and there, but the biggest receiver they really got to drill on is Kelsey, obviously. And I think the Eagles defense is smart enough to be able to like uh box him in, I guess. I don't know the correct terminology, but
They're definitely gonna double him whenever they get the chance.
yeah, exactly. Like I think their defense is more than capable to be able to double team him and man cover everybody else because
Oh yeah.
there's no one number one receiver on their team.
Well, the
Um,
Eagles also have the best, I think, secondary in the league
yeah,
because
yeah,
so
you
they've
got
got guys on the corners or on the edges that can play that man to man, and then still have the linebackers like kind of give a shove off and hand off towards
yep,
them. If they're playing zone coverage, and like I think they're just gonna play that high low or double them up, and
yeah.
like
It's
the
that
only
easy. I
the only
mean,
thing that's gonna scare me is that like Mahomes has the elusive factor that like well
yeah,
if he has
I
the elusive
know.
factor because of the ankle, so if that plays in the factor, but like you got to limit those plays where like they just get out of the pocket and they somehow find each other. Like you have to mark your man, you have to be on him at all times, and don't like give in to his fakes or whatever he's giving just to try and get open. Like you got to stick on him. And I
Yep,
think the Eagles have the shot to win this. They just have to not allow those plays. So
right. Yep. I've been seeing like somebody mentioned that we have yet to see Mahomes have a great game from start to finish. Um, and I just don't see that happening in this game. The Eagles are more than capable of stopping him. I mean, Reddick is nearly unblockable. Um, Obviously, we all saw what happened to Brock Purdy last game. He destroyed him, and I just don't see Mahomes being able to. Obviously, he's not 100%. No matter how good he feels or how he says he feels, uh, I don't think we're ever going to see him get to the 100% at game time. I mean, he'll probably start off strong and then he'll make a play that will tweak it and make him hobble for the rest of the game. And that's what I feared is that once that he pushed that limit, I don't think he'll be full Mahomes factor. Um, it I mean, just talking it through with you, I I think I'm going with the Eagles. Like, there's just no way that Mahomes is going to be able to overcome all these, I want to say factors that the Eagles have. Like, it just they're they're just strong. They have
just
a
on
strong
paper
unit
they look
everywhere.
better.
Yeah, they just have a unit that is so strong everywhere. It's just not one player. It's literally everybody, and they're just rotating everybody into the game. They have who did they steal from the Bears? Like he has, I mean, he hasn't really
Robert
made an
Quinn.
impact yet. Yeah, Quinn, he was just an All Pro last year. Like he's just on the bench waiting to wreak
Yeah.
havoc. It's just like I don't
Which
think.
helps because he's not going to be tired the entire game, so you can throw him in there when
Yeah,
he's got the energy to just muscle people up and bully him all over the place.
yeah.
Like do you think that if Mahomes does overcome all these factors and all these stipulations, that this will then define his legacy and make him the greatest of all time?
I would say this would be his signature win for sure. Obviously, we need to let his career finish out. We can't just give him the baton right now because he still has like 10 more years left to go.
Oh yeah, he's got many years left on his career, so we can't. I hate that. I hate that people have been comparing him to Tom Brady recently. Like, dude, Tom Brady played 22, 23 years in the NFL, however long it was, and like Mahomes has only played 7 or 8, I think. So like he's still got if he plays that long, like he's still got probably at least another 8, 10 years left. So like he's got a long career ahead of him. And we'll get into a little bit more about that as we will talk Tom Brady retiring news, but I will let you needed to get the due. Not a sponsorship, not a sponsorship. You gotta pay me to sponsor that crap. Not a, not a sponsor.
You gotta put a paper bag over it. Come on now.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Hi, Drewy. Hi,
Yeah.
buddy. Hi.
Special guest here again, Drew. Mom is still not home. She's making her
Mommy's
way.
still not home.
Wait. No, you were just looking over there for nothing. All right. Wait. No. Quit jerking me. I can't hear anything, dude. All right. Oh, you have
Okay.
inputs on this game?
Yeah, Drew, do
So
you
I
have
guess
inputs?
who are you picking to win the
Who am
game?
I picking? I'm
Yeah.
picking the Eagles. If I were a
Yeah.
betting man like you are, I would
Yep.
pick the Eagles, which then kind of leads me into my next topic. You being a betting man and all that.
Yeah.
You know, who you got scoring the first touchdown of the game?
Man, I don't like doing that prop bet because I don't know who's gonna have the ball first. I think it's whoever has the ball first. So I guess I'll do it for both teams. Because I don't know who's gonna get the ball first.
Okay, so who do you
Because
like
I
for the Eagles and who do you like for the Chiefs?
yeah, exactly. Because I think whoever gets the ball first is gonna score right away. Um, so for the Chiefs, it's gonna be Kelsey, easy. I think it's gonna be Kelsey, and
I'm going
uh,
Hardman. I'd go Hardman. He's just some
he's
guy you
not
never
playing.
expect. He's not playing. I thought he was
No,
back.
they ruled him out.
Oh,
Did
I
it?
thought he was
Did
back.
they bring him back?
I thought he was
I
back
thought
for
they put
the
him on
championship
IR.
game. No, he wasn't back for the championship game. They were
No,
saying he was going to try and be back for the Super Bowl.
right. And then I
Uh,
think they put him on IR to
maybe.
bring back somebody that was on IR.
Yeah, then I'd go Kelsey.
Yeah. I yeah, I don't know. I mean, that just contradicts what I was saying earlier about Kelsey being covered. So I don't know. For the Eagles, it's gonna be Miles Sanders.
I'm going to say it's going to be one of the running backs, either Miles
Yeah,
Sanders or Boston Scott. I could see that happen.
yeah. Got to be a running back. It's easy.
If
Um,
not, actually, I don't know. I was going to say AJ Brown, but I think it's going to be one of the running backs.
right. I do think that AJ Brown's gonna have a big game though. Um, I mean, either receiver is gonna have a big game because I don't think their secondary is good enough to be able to cover both. Um, so it'll be interesting to see who they pick to try to double cover. Uh, but yeah, well, I guess you also got to rely on Hurst to be able to make the deep passes and stuff like that. So if if I see a couple good throws from Hurst early on, it's going to be game over. Because I think both the running factor and the passing game is going to be there. So it's going to be, yeah, Drew, you think so too? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so then leading
So
into that, do you think Hurts will be the Super Bowl MVP, or do you think it'll be somebody else if the Eagles do potentially win the game?
I think whoever's the winning team is going to be the quarterback that wins the MVP because um, at one point, uh, yes, it's mom on the phone. We see mom on the phone. this is tough doing a podcast with
I
your
see that.
toddler who's talking too much. Yep, mom coming home. All
Has there
right,
ever
we're gonna
been
have
a
to walk.
quarterback that has not won Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah, there was one.
Oh wait,
Cooper
last year
Cup.
was Cooper Cup. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Cooper Cup.
But
Yeah,
before that, it was like almost like it
yeah.
was.
It was like it's very common for quarterbacks to win it. So it's uh, you want to go? Oh, oh, nope. Okay.
Back up.
Second thought. Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be the quarterback that wins the MVP. It's just gonna be that simple. There's no denying that because Hurts was an MVP leader runner for majority of the year until he got hurt. And then Mahomes, it's just Mahomes. Like he was always in the conversation the whole year. It was just, I think they were just trying to get a new winner, have a new story, and Jalen Hurts was that good of a story for them for the NFL. And it was just unfortunate that he got hurt and took away the. I guess I don't know how the voting goes. Like I don't understand why you need to play a full year. Like he was the most valuable player on the team.
Yeah,
We all under we all saw that. Uh, like when Minshew was in the game for the 3 games, he was not
yeah, it was
good.
clear
Like
that
they lost all 3 games, right? Or 2 games?
no, he was only in for 2 games because then Hurts played the last
Yeah,
game.
right. So they lost all 2 games with him in. It was just yeah, not much of
Yeah.
a factor
So then I
whatsoever.
guess still being a betting man over here and talking props. What do you think the color is going to be of the Gatorade bath?
What do you think, dude?
What do you
You
think?
think
Red,
yellow,
blue?
blue? Your favorite
I don't
color
know.
is
I'm
blue.
liking
Who are
red.
you calling? Are you calling some insider?
Yeah, he might
How'd you
have
get
some
that
insider.
number? Wow. I don't condone inside trading. That's not
Whoa,
me. He got the number. I
whoa,
did
you're
not.
inside trading.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's holding up the phone, looking at all the good odds and stuff to bet on. Is that
I
right?
think I'm going red just based off of his shirt. So that's my bet.
It's so tough. I feel like uh no man, I'm gonna go purple. Purple
Oh,
is a
you're
good
gonna go
color.
purple? Yeah.
Purple is it's a good flavor.
Well,
I feel
yeah,
like
but like
everybody
you
likes
don't see
purple.
that off. It's always either
Yellow.
yellow,
Yeah.
blue, or orange.
Okay.
I
What's your
haven't seen
favorite
red in a
Gatorade
while.
flavor? What's your favorite Gatorade flavor of all time?
I like the cool blue, not the ice
Back to
frost
it.
bull crap. Right where we
Oh,
left off, though,
we got
I was going to ask you about because I forgot to ask you what do you think the final
Gatorade.
score is going to be. Well, we also
Oh,
we'll get into that
th-
too.
yeah. So what is the line is the what the over under set currently 51 points and it has gone up since we opened this up. Looking at how much it's gone up. So 2 weeks or 2 weeks ago, it was at 49 and a half, and it's now at 51. So I honestly, even though we were just discussing last week that the Eagles have like they're top 5 defense, and the Chiefs are more than capable of playing good defense, but their secondaries is a little scary to me. Um, with that said, I think and they both have high power offense. They're number one in their respective conference, so it's going to be a high scoring game. That said, I am going with 51. What is it? 31-27.
seems
whoever
like
has the ball
a cock
last is
vote.
yeah. Whoever has the ball last is not going to be able to do a field goal. They're going to try to get it into the end zone and they're going to be unsuccessful. That's how I have it going now.
I like that idea. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening because a lot of these games come down to that. Like, I don't think
Three
it'll come
points.
down to a field goal.
Right.
It'll definitely be like a must need touchdown.
Exactly.
Um, I could see 31-27. I do like. I don't know why, but I saw the meme on Twitter of the 34-37 of the script being leaked for the Super Bowl. I kind of like that. If it were to happen, I think everyone would be
What
going
the
ape
final score
shit.
was? What was it?
37-34, the Eagles.
Ooh.
If that were to happen, I think everybody would be going ape shit. So it'd be
Yeah.
funny to see if that were the case.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. I mean, everybody been the last that was the hottest topic the last 2 weeks. It's like the NFL is scripted. Like, what are you talking about? One psycho retired player who probably has a severe case of CTE was talking about the NFL being script with Barstool Sports. Um,
well, yeah, and they're just shooting the shit on that show, so it really
yeah,
doesn't.
exactly. Hi, special guest Drew just came back. He said
He's
hi.
back again.
Yeah, come on, dude.
He just wants to join.
We do want your input, Kimber, Executive Kimber over here. You
Negative
want to come into the
producer.
screen? There
We
we
need
go.
we
No,
need your
no.
input.
What you think the Gatorade shower color is going to be? Okay, so give both takes.
I can't hear her.
Yellow for Kansas City, blue for the Eagles.
Okay. I like that. Not red.
Yep. Not red.
Oh, team
Right.
colors.
Yeah.
But I hear that it's always just one color. Every side, each sideline has the same color.
Right. Yeah. I mean honestly, you think it's scripted in a way? So I feel like that part is
You think that's
scripted
scripted? So we got
because
some insider trading. So
right. Because they have like prop bets for
for
color
a
of the
reason.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
So like that got to be the easiest thing to be able to fix
Just
in
gonna
a
have to go
sense.
find out who is in
Yeah.
charge of the water coolers and
Right before the game is finished. You put the damn red in there now. I'm gonna cut myself open. It's gonna be red. Let's mix it up. Come on, red, red, red. No, it would be orange if it's yellow Gatorade. So put orange, orange. Come on,
yeah,
mix it up real
hammer
quick.
orange.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man,
pretty
yeah.
fun.
It's gonna be exciting. So I'm good to close down that book if we're done
Yeah,
with the
we'll
Super
be
Bowl
done
talk.
with Super Bowl talk there, but in other news, we're gonna move on to a little bit more football news with, the recent news. Well, kind of recent now as we're kind of recording this a little later. But, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, has officially decided to hang it up. What was it? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I think it was
I want to say with the Monday.
I think it was
That
Monday.
feels right. Monday.
But so
It's February first, second, first or second.
so that
Because
was
he did
last
it.
week.
Uh, well, he did it like exactly 1 year from last year when everybody leaked that he was retiring, and
Yeah.
he was pissed about that. So he was
Yeah.
like, "All right, I'm gonna do it exactly 1 year from last year, and say it before everybody else says it." So I think it was Monday. That feels right. Everybody was shocked right away.
Yeah, regardless of what day it
Yeah,
is or
yeah.
whatnot,
Doesn't
we're
matter.
not
Yeah,
we don't have the exact tweet in front of us so that I can't
yeah.
really confirm the date or not if it is the case, but you know I think it kind of is time for him to hang it up. He really didn't have.
Was it though? He
See, the
he
thing
just
is,
threw the most passes in the history of the NFL, or the most pass attempts in a season. And I want to say, yeah, pass attempts. I don't think he was up there for yardage. Uh, but regardless, most pass attempts. That is uh got to be like a sure sign that he's not slowing down. Because why would you have a 45-year-old passing the ball all the time if his arm is falling off?
oh, because they
Uh,
didn't have a run game.
exactly. But still, he was still performing at an elite level. His team was just shit. Like his line fell apart. Um, I think he kind of grew tired of Evans, just his not being reliable in terms of like structure. Like he was always retaliating on people. It just didn't seem like he enjoyed playing with that group of players. Um, he wanted somebody to be able to give him a stern talking to, although I don't think that ever happens in the NFL. Like basically, he wanted the Patriot way in Tampa Bay, and he was not getting that. So
Hmm.
it was either retirement or go somewhere else, and he probably chose wisely by retiring. Um, is there 80 ounce of you that say or thinks that he's going to come out of retirement and be like, nah, psych, I'm playing one more year.
Well, history says that, he has done it. So
Going to
second
be a Brett
time would
Favre.
be a pattern.
Brett Favre going to pull a Brett Favre move. I'm retired. I'm out of
Good.
retirement. I retire. I'm
It's
out of
just like
retire.
you can't
Yeah, it's like
really can't leave out that fact that he has done that. So
yeah. If he does come out of retirement, he got to star in a Wrangler commercial. It just that's just how that it's just fitting.
well,
We have to.
so you know how he has the deal with Fox, right?
Yeah.
It's a like a 10-year deal for like 200, no, three hundred
Oh
fifty
yeah.
million dollars,
So
whatever it is. He'll make more doing that
insane
contract
amount
than
of
he
money.
ever made playing football.
Oh yeah.
So he said that earlier this week or last week, he said that um he's not going to broadcast until the fall of 2024. And what I heard after listening from Pardon My Take earlier this week is that they're kind of shooting the shit saying that like, oh, like I think he's just doing this because he's trying to leave the options open for next year. Say like if somebody, has another 49er situation that like their quarterbacks get hurt and whatnot. Oh, just call Tom Brady, like see what he's doing, see if he wants to come back and throw the ball around.
For you're saying for 2023, like the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, for the
Okay,
season. Because like
gotcha. Yeah,
because he
yeah.
said
That's actually
he won't do any broadcasts until the fall of 2024, which leaves
right.
the entire season of next year open.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good hunch.
So
Um,
either he's doing
he
that or he
he
just wants a year
he
off.
wants to spend time with family. Yeah, he hates his family. Everybody knows it. It just
Maybe not his children, but he does kiss them all the time. So
that's not a sign of hating it or hateful
hatred.
hate hatred. Yeah, wow. Vocabulary is hard.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Greatest of all time on the field.
I,
What
I'll,
potentially he could be in the broadcast booth. I think he's gonna way overanalyze everything in the booth.
oh yeah.
But he'll probably tone it down. He'll probably realize like he can just be a guy that's not overanalyzing things in the booth. Like he just kind of the way that Greg Olson's doing it right now. I love the way Greg Olson's doing
Oh
it.
yeah. I think he's doing a fantastic job. I don't know why they would remove him, but obviously
Well,
they
but
got like
that's
a
who they're
massive
gonna
contract.
that's who they're gonna
Uh,
remove.
yeah.
I think
So
I think Greg Olson's gonna have a commentary job somewhere. I think he
oh
might
yeah.
just be like I think he's still gonna be with Fox. He's just not gonna be the top one.
No, I think he'll leave. Uh, his ratings got to be super, like, got to be great. Like, he'll probably get a job either at probably not NBC. Well, I guess there's only three stations. No, four.
We got
So
ESPN,
CBS.
ABC, CBS, Fox.
Yeah, good point. I don't. You
I don't
think
think
you
he's
see
gonna be an
Collins
ESPN crew.
Collinsworth leaving? You see Collinsworth leaving?
No,
Amazon.
no, he wouldn't go to Amazon. I don't want to
They
see
would
that.
pay a boatload of money for
He
him.
could potentially go to CBS as well, but I
You
don't
got
think with
Romo.
yeah, with them being tied up with Romo, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just it'd be
yeah.
it's
It. I did see somewhere saying that uh they did have a talking to with Romo like prior to this year, which is shocking that they're already
yeah.
having these conversation with
I
them.
saw that too.
I they better have some strong, like really good lawyers to be able to break out of this contract because I don't think they're gonna be able to deal with him for another year if he has a subpar performance and sure enough they're gonna be opening and maybe Greg Olson comes in. I don't
Hmm.
know.
I don't know. It's all, new to us with Tom Brady
Yeah,
retiring,
right.
him entering into the
You did bring
broadcast
up a good
world.
point. He left it open to come back. Not gonna start. There's no way he's taking classes on how to be a broadcaster.
No, what?
No. What?
He's just gonna go out and do his own thing.
Right. Yeah.
He's
He's
gonna
just gonna
Tom Brady it.
wing it. Yeah.
But then
Tom Brady gonna be Tom Brady.
yeah. And then like other news, with potential retirings, I saw that Aaron Rodgers is going on a darkness retreat
Oh yeah.
and he is going to decide his future on being locked in a room for 4 days, complete darkness, nothing but a sliding door that gives him food every once in a while.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I didn't know they were giving him food. Well, no,
yeah,
it's four
no,
days. Yeah.
yeah. He's gonna be locked in for 4 days, and there's like
Yeah.
it's basically a jail cell that's just
Yeah.
complete dark, no sound apparently either, and he's just going to have this door that opens up, get him food, and there you go, 4 days with your thoughts.
That's nuts. I get it. That's some people are just have to meditate that way. Like it's not weird. It's just
I
weird
don't know.
that
It's
a
kind of
quarterback
weird.
is doing it. No, no, no. Like I'm saying for a normal person, maybe it's not super out of the ordinary. Like it's probably super relaxing. I don't know if I would do it for 4 days. Um, maybe a day and a half. I don't know. I
One
would
day is
go
good enough.
insane.
24 hours by yourself in a room
Yeah.
with like just your thoughts. I couldn't.
You wouldn't even know if it's dark outside or light or if it's daytime. Like you're just
I would just
uh,
sleep. I just sleep. Woo!
for 4 days straight. Yeah.
Yay!
They open the jail cell like, hey, your 4 days up. Like, bro, no, close that shit. Just
Also,
close it. I'm not coming out.
like this darkness retreat, like clearly he's going to somebody that's gonna put him in this room. Like he's not gonna have any idea of any like what the time is. So he's gotta
Yeah,
trust this
that's what I'm
person.
saying.
He's gonna have to trust this person to be like, oh yeah, your 4 days is up. What if it's like, longer than 4 days? You
What
never
if it's
know.
somebody that does not like Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly. What if there's like lock him away, keep him in there?
Just keep him in there for a whole year, and then he comes out with a full beard and just like smell like shit. And I don't know. I just imagine a year later, he just comes out full full head of hair, uh, basically what he looked like at the beginning of the season, except he'll have like a giant beard.
Dude, he just
Um,
looked like a caveman.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Come out. Dang, that was a long 4 days.
Oh,
Like, did
wild.
it seem like it was that long? Oh yeah, yeah. Um, you didn't miss much. Like, nothing happened. And sure enough, like Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl. without him.
with Jordan Love.
That would be nuts. Yeah, I know. What if that would happen? The Green Bay Packers wins the Super Bowl without Aaron Rodgers. We don't know where he went. He has been lost. Oh my God, that would be quite the storyline. The NFL script. That's gonna be how they. That's how they're gonna script it up. Yep.
Passing the torch on from franchise quarterback to new franchise quarterback.
No, I think all Bears fans would um just they would just join a new team at
Oh
that
yeah,
point.
I
Yeah.
think Bears fans would end their suffering and just be like,
Yeah.
not this again.
Just no. We're not gonna live through another dynasty or another era of
They would be a
greatness.
dynasty, yeah. Just continuing quarterback after quarterback.
It's not a dynasty because they only had two Super Bowls in the last 30 years.
But it's a dynasty to us because they've been beating the shit
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
Bears.
Yeah. The according to the Bears, we have no track records of quarterbacks, so it is any uh
We
above
have
average quarterback is
35
considered
quarterbacks
Hall
to
of
their
Fame.
two.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. Justin Field is the man. We gotta cross our finger. Come on. Come on. Please. Justin Field.
I believe in
Please.
him. He is
Take
him.
us out of
Number
our
one.
suffering. Come on.
He
Yeah.
he will take us to the promised land.
I hope so. Sooner than later,
Yeah.
please.
Speaking of other quarterback news as well, as we're continuing down the list of three quarterbacks. So the Broncos have hired their new head coach for the future, and Sean
Oh
Payton.
yeah.
And the most recent news, big news out of that camp is that I heard Sean Payton's not going to allow Russ's big three or Russ three or whatever they call him, Russ's team three in the facility. So Russ's
Kick him
personal
out. Oh
people,
no.
I don't even know what they are. It's just his personal people.
Right.
They're not going to be allowed in the facility. It's just him and only him. Does this already create turmoil for the Broncos?
For like Sean Payton
Yeah.
or
So does Sean Payton already have a bad connection with his quarterback?
I don't know. It's hard to say at this point. Because he left it very vague in his interview. He just said like that information hasn't been brought up to me yet. I'm not aware of it. Um, basically just like saying what you want to hear in a sense. So I think he's going to be a good enough coach to understand that you need to have a sit down conversation with your quarterback who's supposed to be the star and lay down lay down the law like, hey, you're gonna have to do it my way or else the team is not gonna be on board. Um, because you saw it last year. Everybody basically was not behind you. They were against you, and you didn't help yourself by bringing your own people. And yeah, I think he'll do a good job with that. He'll let them know like, hey, you're either on this train or we're gonna find a new quarterback to basically step in your place and potentially be better because you have not shown it in the last year or so. So
I mean, clearly he had a great relationship with Drew Brees in the past. So, like,
right,
you would think that he's
and
trying
they're the
to build
same.
a
They're the
relationship.
same build too. I would say they're the same size. Uh, although Drew he never ran, but I want to say they came in with the same like limitation, expectation from everybody. Like they both had doubters. Um, so maybe that's just something that Sean Payton thrives under. He just needs somebody to doubt him and his quarterback. Like, hey, I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna be able to make it work. Like they have a great defense, so they better figure it out sooner or later before the defense either signs away or they regress in some way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of just like leaves a bad first impression.
Yeah,
Like in my
exactly.
mind, like he's your quarterback, and you come in and say like, hey, like I understand, like you probably shouldn't have a like personal like team that follows you around everywhere. Like that kind of gives off a wrong vibe to the rest of the team. So
Tom
like,
Brady did it.
okay, well he's Tom Brady, so that's different. This is Russell Westbrook, completely different sport. Sorry, Russell Wilson.
Wrong
He's a
sports,
completely
man.
different topic
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But
He's no
Russ
good either.
Russ Wilson, like you have one Super Bowl, you've been to another, so like you've been there twice, but like if something hasn't been working out, especially in the last year, like maybe try and change something around.
Right.
Put your ego
Make
aside.
make sure you have less bathroom next year,
Yeah,
so that way
less
the
bathrooms so you can hit
touchdown
that ball.
to bathroom ratio is easier to beat. You know, it's not going to take half a season to beat that ratio. Something like that. Change it up.
Yeah,
Sierra doesn't need. Is it Sierra?
yeah,
Is that his wife? Yeah, Sierra doesn't need that many bathrooms. Just knock him out. Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's kind of ridiculous.
right.
Um,
All
Other
right.
news though in the NFL. Last thing we're going to talk about for the NFL news. So, Commissioner Roger Goodell put out a statement earlier this week as well, saying that the refs have done actually a decent job this year.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say that is complete and utter bullshit because of the games I witnessed this year. I don't think he saw all of them. Clearly not.
What do you expect? He's the commissioner. He paid those people. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, they were shit. That's my fault. Like, no, he's
You
gonna
gotta at
make
least be
himself look really good.
honest. Like,
No, no.
own up to it. Everybody in the world looked at and saw those games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They saw the horrible
I'm pretty sure
officiating.
Stevie Wonder saw those game, and he can't see,
Oh yeah,
and he knew the game was terrible and trash.
they
Like
were
he
so
doesn't.
many crucial calls in the worst times that they
Yeah.
were called.
Oh yeah.
I could
I
count out so many, but I don't want to, get into it. Like the one that kind of sticks out is the Washington Commanders one with Terry McLaurin, clearly giving him this thumbs up with him being on the line, and then still throws the flag.
yeah.
So that
the
that like
the rep had money on that game and had to make sure he was letting him know, hey, yeah, you're good. And then he was like, hell no, man, I gotta be able to fix this game somehow through the
had to
flag.
make sure the Packers got to the next week just to
Right?
evidently lose to the Lions.
Yeah, right? Come on, the NFL is scripted. Come on.
He had a huge futures bet on the Packers, and he was just trying to help it out.
Yeah, didn't work though, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It would have
I
been
just think
interesting.
that entire thing was
Yeah.
complete bogus talk, and it's just I don't know how you could say that as a commissioner. Like you clearly see
You,
these like reports, and then we're just like, ah, yeah, it was a pretty good game. I
it
like
was
this
good.
pretty
It
good
was
season.
good. Uh, it's not like I didn't hire them. It was good. I thought they were fantastic. Let's bring them on for the next year. Who? Oh my God, who was the a couple years? No, it was last year. The crew that did the Bears in Pittsburgh game.
Oh,
Uh,
with the oldest ref in history,
yeah,
he looks
that
so
was.
old. He was
Yeah,
bad. Hip
did he
checking
die
players.
after the game? Like
I
he was that
I
old?
I think he retired. He had to have because I didn't see him in a single game this year.
Yeah,
So
no. They were like, we're gonna take your whistle away. You're no longer gonna make calls. So you were maybe that was his wake up call. He was like, "Damn, these refs suck. I'm gonna make some changes."
clearly not though. It was terrible this year.
Yeah, it was. probably a slight improvement. Come on now, you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt, like a little bit of improvement. Gotta gotta leave some room for improvement. Not much. I mean, I'm talking about like
I don't know.
be
It's
able
all
to squeeze
subjective.
through a door. You gotta squeeze through the door. Like it doesn't have to be all the way open. Just a little bit of improvement.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
all subjective. It probably could have been a little bit better, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was. Okay, well, you know what? If it comes on, it will come on. I'll just, go ahead and get your thoughts and opinions on this weekend's, Super Bowl matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. And so we will start off with what do you think, is going to be what do you think the game is going to be like this Sunday?
Um, uh, just wait. I got the Eagles winning this week. I
No
got
ifs,
the
ands, or
Eagles.
buts. Just you going with the Eagles all the way.
Just going with the Eagles. They're the better team, man. The Eagles are 100% better in every single category except quarterback and tight end, maybe. And I know quarterback is a pretty important position, but Jalen Hurts is still a good player. And the Eagles are just going to be able to run the ball on them. And they're going to be able to throw those splash deep plays in there. And they're just all around a hard team to stop. And they're also a hard team to score on. Um, I think a lot of people are trying to be really high on the Chiefs right now just because, they came off that huge win against the Bengals. But, people are sleeping on the Eagles because they don't have that really hard signature win yet. But when you don't have that win, it kind of shows how good you are to a certain point. And it also doesn't give the Chiefs much film to go off of on the Eagles sort of playoff tendencies and what they do. So I think the Eagles are going to just come out as a better team all around.
I know Steve and I were talking earlier, and he was well, I brought up the idea that like the Eagles, their entire roster is just overall better. Like, except like you said, probably the quarterback position and the tight end position. I would agree with those two. Like the Chiefs definitely have the better quarterback and the better tight end, but I don't know if that's gonna, get them as far as beating the Eagles because the Eagles probably have the best defense in the league. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be hard for them to overcome that. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I think I said the I said the Eagles are probably gonna win as well. Because like there's three ways it could happen. And I think the Chiefs they'd have to play a perfect game in order to win, but I don't think, you can't really play a perfect game, especially in the biggest primetime lights of, the
Hmm.
year, the last game of the year. And if that's not the case, the Eagles are gonna run the ball. They're gonna control the line of the scrimmage and most likely, handle it from there. But like I said, even if they aren't able to run the ball, they could still take the opportunity to throw the ball and, control the game that way because the Chiefs secondary is very young. They have a lot of rookies in that secondary and just defense in general.
They have a ton
So
of
like
rookies on defense.
experience comes to play with that and like
Hmm.
they're just not experienced. So unless they're able to, step up and play big, I don't know if that will be the case, but I think the Eagles will just kind of take this one away. However, it still is Patrick Mahomes, and we have to
Uh-huh.
kind of play that factor as well. So,
I got the score being 31-27
wow.
in the Yeah, and the Eagles take it. They do this by they have a long fourth quarter drive, that's like 6 7 minutes. That brings it all the way down to 1 minute. They end up scoring a touchdown to go up. It was like to go up by 4, and that actually doesn't leave Mahomes with enough time. Yeah.
I say that. Well, I mean, that's kind of similar to what Steve said. Steve was like, it's Steve actually said it was going to be 31-27 as well, but like whoever has the ball last
Mm-hmm.
needs to score a
And
touchdown,
yeah,
and they're not going to be able to get it. So
yeah.
that's kind of what he came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so kind of interesting to see that both you guys are thinking alike in the score.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't really know what the score is going to be. I like that score, but
Yeah.
I
I
think the
I want it
over
to be
under
high
is like
scoring.
51.5, but I don't know if it's probably going to hit the over.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's exactly going to be like a blown out game,
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
if it's back and forth, I could see it being a high score. But if the Eagles end up getting like a 10-point lead or 14-point lead at some point, they're going to be able to run the ball and just drain that clock. And it's going to be hard for the Chiefs to come back.
yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting game to see and to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we will see. Let's just finish up Super Bowl talk. What color Gatorade bath do you think it's going to be?
Purple. I've been feeling it.
Ooh, you've been feeling purple.
I've been feeling purple. Purple
I think it's
Gatorade is really good.
I think it's just going to be
Especially
classic red. I think it's just going to be red.
red. What was it last year?
Don't remember. I think it was blue last year.
Uh, Purple Gatorade in like those tubs is really good.
Yeah, but you don't ever see it though.
I don't know. I think the Eagles are a purple Gatorade team though.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it's necessarily each team gets their own color. Like I'm pretty sure it's like the whoever's in charge of the Gatorade bottles and the water bottle jugs, they're just like gonna
Mm-hmm.
give the same flavor to each side. So I don't know if it's necessarily gonna be because Kimber made an appearance and said that if it was the Chiefs win, it would be yellow, and if it was the Eagles winning, it would be purple. And I was like, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be that, but be interesting if it was that if that was the case.
I could see yellow Gatorade. Yellow Gatorade. I've had a lot of purple Gatorade though, you know, in my time. That's why I
Purple
like it.
Gatorade is pretty good. I do like it, but I just don't see it very often
Mm-hmm.
in the collegiate aspect or professional aspect.
Yeah.
So
Purple
definitely
Gatorade
had a
is
lot of that in
underrated.
high school.
Purple Gatorade is underrated and should get its respect.
I agree. It should definitely get its respect. But so that will kind of wrap up, our Super Bowl talk with Nate, and we'll kind of go on to just some quick NFL topics as well. We didn't get the chance to talk about it in the last episode because it kind of just happened right after, but we had the recent news of the greatest of all time and Tom Brady retiring. So um, I know we kind of talked about where we saw Tom Brady going
Mm-hmm.
in last episode, and then this kind of just came out and shocked us all. So like,
Mm-hmm.
what are your thoughts on it?
I didn't expect it. I really thought he was going to the Raiders, but I just thought he loved football too much. But I guess he's just done with it now. And it opens up the door for a lot of other quarterbacks now and where they want to go too. Because everyone was putting their eyes on Brady in the market. Now things are like, where's Aaron Rodgers going? Where's Derek Carr going to be? All these other fringe quarterbacks like Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Mitch Trubisky, like where could they go? Like, and then rookie quarterbacks, like it just changed up a lot of things in
Well,
sort of way.
it's funny you bring up Rogers as well because like, you know, he's having this darkness retreat, where he's going to, spend 4 days in a dark room doing nothing but thinking to himself about his future. And I find it hilarious because what are you going to do for 4 days in a dark ass room?
See, when I first saw Retreat, I thought it was like, oh, he's gonna go to the woods and be like in the dark about everything. Like he won't be on social media at all. But the crazier the idea gets to me, the more I think that he's gonna end up retiring. Like the more he drags this on and the more drastic measures he goes to, he's gonna call it quits.
I
He's not
I
gonna
think
see a
there's
point.
two ways it goes. He definitely either calls it quits or I think he's going to the Jets.
Jets.
He's going to reunite with Hackett there.
Oh yeah, Hackett did go there.
So I
I
think
could
it's either that because I don't think he wants to play for the Packers anymore. I think he's done with that, and I don't think the
hmm
Packers want him either. So
Yeah, I think it'll be really weird seeing him in a different uniform though.
so
Like
that
as
that kind of like it's gonna be it definitely opens up the QB market, like you said. Like there's gonna be a lot of moving around QBs. I think the Bears are gonna be in the looks for a backup. So I heard rumors of getting Mitch back. I'll take Mitch back.
Mitch shouldn't be a backup.
Well, but like
Like as a Bears
you
backup,
fit
he
the
won't be the
system.
Bears backup.
I saw something that the Bears need a backup QB that would fit the system, and Trevor Simeon and Nathan Peterman do not fit the system.
Yeah, they
So
don't
you
fit
kind
the
of need a
system.
quarterback that's a little bit more mobile,
Um,
and Trubisky wouldn't be a bad fit necessarily.
that is true. I'm trying to think of mobile quarterbacks.
Or
You
if you
know,
wanted Marcus Mariota,
yeah, maybe, but I just don't know. I don't know where these guys will end up. Like, could they even be starters? Some of them, they probably could.
could be. I mean, I know a lot of teams are in desperate need, like Colts,
hmm
Saints, Arizona,
And then
Seahawks. Even though the Seahawks are
yeah,
probably going back with Geno.
but you also factor in like the draft and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
like
well, but there's not
it
many
gets easier.
QBs in the draft. Like there's
hmm
one, there's one maybe two QBs that are going to get their starting role, and that's the
I think if you're,
Texans and the Colts.
I
That's
think
if they play their favor or they play their cards right and draft the right people.
I think a team's really gonna put a shot out there for Will Levis, though.
Well, yeah, there's a case for him, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to start right away.
I think a team will trade up and draft him, and they're gonna feel the need to start him right away. A team like the Panthers,
Interesting.
yeah,
I don't know. I just know
and
that he has a lot of NFL or a lot of NFL potential, and he could be seen as a high value pick in this
uh,
draft. So be definitely interesting to see as we move on in the future. So now we're just gonna go ahead and jump this segment and go on to our next because we're gonna try and talk some golf here with
Yeah.
you know the what was it, the Pebble Beach Pro Am that was last week, right, with
Oh yeah.
our boy Max Homa winning the tournament. No, wait, that was 2 weeks
No.
ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, man.
It was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I don't know. Justin Rose won last
Yep.
week. That's why I
Yeah,
left.
Justin Rose. It was the reason why you didn't know, or it was not a common finish. It was the game or the tournament was they ended on
On
Monday,
Monday. Yeah,
like early on Monday, which is not
there's
your typical
weather delay or
finish.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I thought uh the biggest like takeaway from that tournament was the fact that a pro was complaining about an amateur handicap, and we can all just look that up. I believe it was it Keith Mitchell? Keith Mitchell? No, it wasn't him.
Well, no, they were complaining about
It was
Rogers
Aaron
having.
Rodgers.
They're
No,
complaining
no, no.
about
I'm
him
saying the
having a.
pro.
Yeah, I
The
think it was a
pro.
pro complaining about him having a 10 handicap
Yeah, when
or
he should
10
have been like a
something
3.
handicap when he
Yeah,
should have been a 3 because like he's
yeah,
still able to hit the ball really far
right.
and
Yep.
he still had a pro on his team that was really
Well,
good.
he teamed up with Oh no, he was supposed to team up with Mass Homa, and
Yeah, but he never got the call
he
back.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, kind
Mass
of just
Homa is
won.
he's the big deal now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Twitter
that's so funny. You think he ever
Twitter
texts
guy
you back?
turned into a star.
Yeah,
He's quickly taken my I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I've
I
loved
like him a
Mass
lot.
Homa. I started liking him about 2 years ago. It wasn't until last year that I've like fully jumped on his bandwagon. He really came strong because he's such a relatable guy. Like I
Yeah.
don't, I mean, he's able to talk to the consumer like he'll go on Twitter and respond to like people's videos of their swing and stuff, and he's just like talking shit to them, like, dude,
That's
you might want
garbage
to,
actually.
yeah, it's not good. You're not gonna be able to make it to the corn fairy. Like this is garbage. Like,
Yeah, I find that pretty funny that he does that on his off time and then he still goes out in the weekends and wins
yeah,
tournaments.
yeah.
Which actually right now I think he's currently.
It was actually a slow day today. A lot of wind in this tournament to start off today. They were
Yeah,
delayed with a frost delay.
yeah, I
Um,
I saw that they started a little late and then I know the second group started way later too.
oh
So
yeah, I don't think they finished. They're probably still going right now.
yeah,
Um,
they're gonna have to try and hurry up and finish because there was still like a group the last time I checked that didn't go off the tee and it was like 5:50 already at that point.
oh yeah,
But
Max Homa, he tied for 10.
yeah,
My
he's
boy.
he's getting up there. I wrote along with the foreplay podcast and the for the cup bet. So it's
I did
Max
too.
Homa, uh Matthew Fitzpatrick, Billy Horschel, and Tommy Fleetwood all to make the cut. Right now, Tommy
Yep.
Fleetwood's at +1, but he's still got another day to make that up. So
Like I
so far,
said, it wasn't a high scoring day, so,
yeah,
or a low scoring day. Um, because the win was just it came out as a surprise to a lot of the golfers today because it's normally a very calm um, environment there, and for whatever reason, after the frost delay, it just decided to like, no, we're gonna make this tough as hell for you guys.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, we're gonna throw a bunch of crosswind. You're not gonna be able to figure out where the placement of the ball is gonna go because they were saying on the broadcast like golfers are okay to deal with headwinds and downwind. Like those are easy to adjust, but crosswind is especially hard to deal with, especially if they're going from left to right for most golfers because most golfers are righty. Uh, the wind that's pushing their backs is
yeah.
actually like the most infuriating thing in the world for them because they're constantly having to fight against the wind to stay balanced and make the golf shot versus the right to left. It's okay. They have enough like gravity to be able to stay center on the ball.
Not to
I
mention
thought
if
that was
you
a
always play a cut fade, your ball is always gonna
yep,
move more if the wind's going left or right. So a lot of
yeah,
drawing the ball probably happens, or at least trying to draw the ball from left
yeah.
to right wind. But you know,
No hole in one yet though today, right? I
I
didn't
no,
see.
not yet. There's close calls. I know Tony Finau had a close call, and I think Kevin Kisner had a close call.
You think we'll see one this tournament?
I think yes. I think there
You
will
think
be
so?
one because it's gonna be at hole 16, one of the most iconic
Right.
holes in
That
the.
well, I mean,
There are other
I
chances.
needed to have it at hole 16.
What, do you have a prop bet at hole 16?
Yeah, I it was enticing on DraftKings. They were like, "Hey, let's do a profit boost for hole 16, hole in one." I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" It happened last year. It was pretty electrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
Didn't it happen twice?
yeah, yeah. The first
Yeah.
time was like it
Because it
was
was Harry
unplanned.
Higgs and then who was the other one?
Uh, it was Sam Ryder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. They
did
were
no, I don't think Harry Higgs did. I think he just got
no.
it really close and then he just went wild because the
Yeah, he took off his
fans were
shirt and was
wild.
like just being a
Yeah,
hooligan and was just having a great time. He, yeah, he was just he's a good people pleaser.
yeah.
Just knows how to get with the crowd.
I mean, with the scenery at hole 16, like how could you not, please the people when everyone's drunk and just
Right.
having a good time? Like that for sure is definitely one of the most iconic like holes in all of golf. Which
Yeah.
like if you were to give me like five of your most favorite iconic golf holes, I would have to probably consider that in my top five,
Oh yeah.
along with the one behind you, hole 12 at Augusta, probably hole 17 at the
Wait,
Players,
hole one at Augusta?
hole 12,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
hole 12, hole
Oh,
17
behind
at,
me, I got you.
yes, yes, yes. Behind you,
Yeah, sorry. Yep.
behind you, and then hole 17 at the Players. That'd be my three. I don't
I
really
think
know the other
hole
two.
18 at the Pebble Beach, we just saw it this past week. That that hole is so gorgeous. You got that like uh you're on the waterfront, like it just uh it's a par five, just stunning views all around. You can't miss it. Like if you go left, you're
Yeah,
you're toast. Um, it's just a good challenging hole because they put a a tree right in the landing spot for the drive. And it's just like you either have to go to the left and take your chances on either making it in the fairway or go right and fight the tree view. So yeah, I would say add that hole into the mix. Um,
Spyglass,
honestly, huh?
like Spyglass at Pebble Beach. I
No,
think
it's just the normal course, Pebble
no,
Beach.
I know, but like the hole is called Spyglass. It's one of that that par
Is
three
it?
hole. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So you could
Okay.
consider that one.
I've actually never heard of it that way.
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That is but those three for sure. You can debate about hole 18 at Pebble Beach. I'm sure we're missing a lot of
oh,
different
there's
holes.
a lot of very beautiful holes out there in
Oh yeah.
golf world, and like it's just stunning how courses can make their playing surfaces look
Right.
so beautiful, and just the scenery kind of adds on to the aspect. It's given me appreciation to what like um the field, I don't know what they're called, but like the mowing crew and all them, they just do a
Yeah.
lot, and it's definitely, I appreciate them because it makes golf look entertaining and stunningly beautiful at the same time.
Oh yeah. It's a as what people like to call it a good like nap background noise. A lot of I would say a lot of dads like to nap with the golf channel on the TV and listening to Jim Nance like soothing voice where we are just teeing off on hole 18. Um, Rory McIlroy is here to finally capture his first major or his first Master Championship. Will he be able to hold on? He is currently tied, or no, he has one hole or one stroke lead heading into the 18th hole.
Are you giving us a foreshadowing of what's going to happen
I don't
in
know,
April?
man. I really do want him to win the Master, though.
I
He's due,
maybe we'll just have to we'll have to see once April comes, and
right?
that's just right around the corner. A lot of golf ahead of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I really like the early action golf. You have the un
It's our
the non-majors that are
right.
kind of majors.
The
Um,
player is the like actually I want to say this the waste management is probably the most stacked field that you'll
there's a
see
lot of
all
guys, yeah.
season. Oh yeah. I don't know if that was just a coincidence that it because they wanted to have it lined up with the Super Bowl, but
It could
yeah,
have been, but
don't miss out on this one.
I know a lot of guys like to come out to Phoenix and start their year off like that. Like
Right,
I
right.
had a feeling that Rory was going to start off his at least PGA tour coming in with
Yeah.
the waste management. So
You got that. You got the Genesis Open next week. And then I believe one more before you go on the players.
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But regardless, we got less than a minute now, so we're gonna wrap
It was
that
a
up.
pleasure. It was a great talk about golf. Super Bowl gonna be exciting to watch. We both got the Eagles. I got the over on the game. What about you?
I'm going under.
Oh, that makes me nervous. All right. Best of
I'm gonna
luck.
be under. Well,
Do
thank you
not
for joining
gamble
me.
smartly.
I will. We will see you guys next time.
Yep.
And thank you again, Steve, for joining me. Topic on hand. We will give a brief understanding of what has been going on in the world of the NBA and all the crazy deadline stories. A lot of players moving left and right. It seems like every team is just selling second round draft picks.
Oh yeah,
Like it's
they're
just
gone.
nothing. Like
Meaningless.
five second round draft picks and one trade. So I don't know.
For a like a role player off the bench.
Yeah, for a single role player. So I don't.
For Jay Crowder of all people.
Well, I saw that, and then I think Gary Payton,
Yeah, he
Jr.
was 5 picks
was
as
also
well.
for 5. So,
That's crazy.
but yeah, go ahead and you give me your um trade buzz and your trade deadline talk.
Okay. I will say the Nets blowing it up is the best thing they could have done for their franchise. They now can get past the era, start fresh. They don't gotta tie themselves to Kyrie or KD anymore and just focus on rebuilding.
So wait, Ben
And
Simmons is the rebuilding.
no, Ben Simmons is not a rebuilding. They're just gonna eat that contract. Like they're gonna rebuild like from scratch, which will be tough because they don't have some first round picks. But it will be tough. And um, but for the Suns, I don't necessarily think they got a whole lot better.
I yeah, I don't know. It kind of seems like they went all out, but like even going all out was they got somebody that's hurt. He hasn't played for a couple months. He's
And
been injury prone, so like, is he gonna stay healthy?
and the thing is, like, he didn't perform that well last year in the playoffs, and you just don't know because he's near the end of like his prime. And here's the thing about it: people don't realize how important Mikal Bridges was to that team. He's played every game. He's never sat out a game in the
Yeah,
NBA.
he was the most reliable guy.
Uh-huh. And he was starting to average like 15 points per game on good efficiency, and he was one of the best defenders in the game. That hurts a lot. I mean, they were able to keep Aiden though, but Bridges was almost more important, I would say, because he was their defender. And Cameron Johnson was a lights out shooter.
Yeah,
So
they
I don't
gave up
know.
that too.
So I don't know who's gonna be their defender, and they're gonna be an elite offense, but at some point you have to stop the other team from scoring as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, it's kind of like the same thing that went down with the Mavs. Like, sure, they added Kyrie for, they're going to be a good scoring offense, but Kyrie is not a defender. Luca
Mhm.
is not a defender. They don't really have defenders on that team. They're
Yeah.
going to be high powered scoring offense.
Mhm.
Just like it seems like all this trade deadline talk and all this buzz was just getting better offense, and nobody really cared about like stacking the defense as well as having offense.
Hmm. Yeah, every team was just trying to say. I like the Mavericks move better of getting Kyrie because they didn't give up really all that much.
Yeah.
I think he will resign there. I'm not sure though. And it takes some of the pressure off Luca's shoulders offensively, which they really needed someone to do that since Jalen Brunson left. And then one last thing, everyone's the most popular team in the NBA, LeBron James and his Lakers. They actually had a pretty good deadline, I will say.
They were moving players left and right.
Yeah, I will say they got rid of Westbrook, but they got Russell back. They got Jared Vanderbilt, who's a good rotation player, and they got Beasley, who's a good shooter. They got they got another guy that can score and two good role players that they can add. Rui Hachimura was a good pickup for them from the Wizards. And then when I saw the Thomas Bryant trade today, I was like, I don't know what they're doing. They don't have a center anymore. But then they picked up Mo
LeBron's
Bamba.
their LeBron is the center. He's
No,
everything.
no, no. But they picked up Mo Bamba, which is actually really important for them. So I think they actually had a good trade deadline. I'd like to see how it changes things. But like they actually had a good deadline for the Lakers, which is weird because they haven't made a good move in a long time. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Definitely they've been slow on recent years of trading players and getting, young guys. They've been a very old veteran team in the last
Hmm.
year and a half. So it's
Yeah,
good to see young faces in there. That probably shakes things up. So they
yeah,
could, I mean, they definitely need to make a run. And I think they're sitting on the outside or in a play-in game right now. So
yeah.
they
Playing
definitely
game.
would like to sit not in a play-in game. So, but last thing I would like to talk about, and that is, another team that really didn't do anything in the deadline. Um, do you think they should have moved anybody, or do you think they're just going to wait till the offseason to see what's going on? And that's the Chicago Bulls. There's a lot of
Um.
rumors about, Levine going places, Caruso was going places, but then all of a sudden, AK is just like shutting it down. He's like, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to wait.
Yeah, it was a weird deadline because there was a lot of speculation. Anyone could have been moved. It felt like, and for a second there, I thought Levine might have been traded to the Knicks, but I feel like it is good to wait it out, but I still might have liked to see them get some value on like maybe Kobe White. Um, like I was hearing some stuff that like Caruso might have been worth 2 first round picks, and
Yeah, but that I think was stretching it. I think they would have settled with like a first and a second. I don't know if it was
I
going to be
don't know the
two.
way trades have been going. They're treating picks
Oh,
like it's
yeah,
meaningless. So
that is true.
if he was worth 2 first round picks, I would have done it, me personally. But
Which is crazy to think that trades in the NBA with like draft picks are just like they get thrown around a lot more than
mhm.
draft picks in like NFL because like they value NFL
Mhm.
picks like
Oh
so
yeah.
much more than
Oh.
they would in NBA.
Mhm.
Like it feels like players in the NBA, if you aren't drafted in the first round, you really aren't like gonna
Oh
play.
yeah. It's so rare for like a second round player to even get minutes at any time in his NBA career, which kind of sucks because some of them really do just need a chance. But it's all about situation,
Yeah,
you know. NBA, I feel like, is the most situationally important when it comes to developing players compared to like the NFL and the MLB. because like look at Cam Thomas right now with the Nets. Like he's been scoring a lot right now for them, and that's kind of because he needs to, and he's been able to do that more. What's going on? You getting pranked right now?
Now I heard a loud ass bang, like right behind me, but I don't know what the fuck it was. Oh well,
Oh wow.
crazy. I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, well, is that all you got? What is that all? Is that all you have to say about the NBA?
Uh, I thought it was a really good trade deadline, and then one hot take that I'll explain in a later video. The Phoenix Suns won't make it past the second round.
That's a very interesting hot take, and I will definitely follow up on that in a near future episode, where we will probably talk a little bit more on the NBA as the football season is rounding down, and we can look forward to the NBA playoffs and much more in the world of sports. As I thank you guys once again for listening. Now
Let's
it's
go!
that's
It finally started working.
right
Oh
at
my
right at the
god.
buzzer. There we go. You might just have to pop that thing up and let it boot up for the first 20 minutes before we do the
I
next
know.
one. But yeah, so I thank you guys for listening to this week's episode 5 of the Honest Truth Sports Podcast. And I hope I can see you guys again. Like and subscribe wherever you find this video on YouTube or Twitter, Facebook. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again, and see you guys again.
Subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. You gotta listen to my next hot take, man.
That is true. All
You
right.
gotta listen to what I gotta say about the Phoenix Suns, alright? Alright.